Hi, I'm Robert, and today I'm going to show you how to take this image from here to here, all in Lightroom. I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily edit this Twilight Blue Hour image of Vincent Thomas Bridge in Long Beach. When editing, I like to start at the bottom and work my way up. So I double check that I'm on the current version. I'm not going to apply a vignette to this image, so I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go to Constrain Crop, zoom in on the horizon, and straighten this image. That's better. Now we'll continue up. I always click on these two boxes, remove chromatic aberrations, and also enable profile corrections. You can see when we enable the profile corrections, it fixed some of the distortion caused by the lens I was using. I was using a Canon 40D, which is a crop body sensor, with a Tokina 11-16. I shot this image back in 2014. I've since upgraded my camera a few times. I now shoot with a Nikon Z6. So let's continue up. Here's our sharpening. Let's do our standard sharpening of 100. And if you look right here, once we applied sharpening, it added a lot of grain to this smooth blue area. So to fix that, hold down Alt, go on to masking, and let's slide our masking up. Let's only sharpen these areas. I don't want to sharpen the water or the sky. So I'm going to let go of Alt and the mask. And now the grain that we had sharpened is no longer sharpened, so it doesn't stand out so much. You would have even less grain in the water if you were shooting with a nicer camera than a 40D. It's a very old 10 megapixel Canon camera. Continuing up, let's skip the color section. We'll be back here later. Now we're at the basic panel. I like how our color temperature is, so I'm not going to be adjusting that. I'm not going to touch our exposure or contrast. I'm going to start with our highlights. So let's click on highlights. Highlights is the bright areas in the image, so let's darken them up a little bit. If we bring them all the way down, it looks a little unnatural, so I'm going to bring them up a little bit. We'll go about halfway. Now we're going to brighten the shadow areas, which are the dark areas, such as this building. So let's bring it up until we like how it looks. I'm actually going to bring it up all the way. Now we take a look at our histogram. We're almost all the way to the right and to the left, but let's see if we can move the histogram a little bit more. So to move it to the right, we use the white slider, click on white, bring it up. You can see we immediately start clipping, so we can't go any farther than this. Let's see if we have any room to move on the low end, and just a little bit. So now we have our set exposure and contrast. I don't use these sliders here because they affect the entire image. If I wanted to add any of these, such as texture or saturation, I would use the brush and just put it in the area that I want it to be. I won't be doing that in this image though, but I have that in several of my other videos, almost all of them. So we're almost done with this image, but let's go down to the HSL panel. So we have luminance, saturation, and hue. Luminance is how bright or dark a color is. Saturation is how vibrant the color is, and hue is basically the shade. So we have a lot of blue in this image. We can look at luminance, click on blue. If we bring it up, it makes it brighter, and if we bring it down, it makes it darker. If you double click on blue, it resets it to 0. Let's brighten it up slightly. So it's slightly brighter. We can go to saturation. Let's see if we make it a little more vibrant. We'll just do a little bit. You don't want to go overboard. And let's go to hue. So hue will affect the shade of the blue. So we can make it more purple or more light blue. So let me show you. If we bring it up this way, it turns blue into purple. If we bring it down, we can get rid of some of that purple shade. So now it's more of a pure blue. If we bring it down too much, it turns turquoise or teal. So let's just do -10. Removes the purple color cast that we had, and now we have a more natural blue. The other color we have a lot of is orange and yellow. So let's start again at luminance. We can either brighten or darken the orange and yellow. It's a little bit bright, so I'm going to bring it down to make it darker. Just a little bit, -10. Now the orange and yellow is slightly darker. To make it stand out more, we can go to saturation and bring it up. Now those colors are a bit more vibrant. If we zoom in, we can see there's a little bit of red around our orange and yellow. So let's go to hue and see what we can do about that. So we can click on orange, and if we draw it down towards negative, it makes it a little more red. We can bring it up, makes it a little more yellow. So I want to get rid of some of this orange cast. So in the orange, I'm just going to go positive, about 15. And let's try the yellow also. So if we bring it down, we bring in more red. And if we bring it all the way up, it makes it green. So let's go somewhere in between. We'll just bring it up a little bit. So we got some of that red cast out of there. If we wanted to further work on that, we can go to the red channel. You can see if you bring it to the left, it makes it more red, and to the right, more orange. So let's click there, bring it up just a tiny bit. And let's take a look at the before and after. Here's before. Our blue is kind of purpley. We have a red tint around our orange lights. Here's after. Our blue looks much more natural, and we have a nice color in our orange and yellow lights. The final thing to put the finishing touch on this image is to click here, spot removal. Let's make sure we don't have any dust in the sky. I have visualize spots turned on. If you don't have this toolbar, simply press T for toolbar. It'll bring it up. So we have a few pieces of dust, so just hover over them. Let Lightroom select an area nearby, and then press enter. So now we removed all of our dust, we can close the brush. So that's how I quickly and easily edit blue hour images. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks.